Hey everybody, MT here, and we have officially made it. I am videoing this on Sunday, so the day that you're going to be watching it, which means that we are 5 days away from our first check-in and 7 days away from all of our check-ins, except for some of our elite delegates that are joining us a little bit later in the week. But either way, we are down to the wire. Today's Crown Convo is going to be a little bit different. It is going to be completely informational, guiding you through your final schedule, pointing out some little adjustments that have been made, especially for my state queens. You're going to want to pay attention. And then I will also show you what it's going to look like tomorrow when scheduling goes live for your check-in time. And then if you are entered in the optional top model or music artist of the year competitions. So hang on tight. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna look through everything together. If you haven't already pulled up your final schedule, make sure to do so. I highly recommend going ahead and pressing pause, printing it, and that way you can sit with it as we go through it. Of course, the schedule is a little bit different for every division and for National American Miss versus All American Miss, but I'm gonna show you how to read it and how to get the most out of your schedule to ensure that you are feeling prepared and on time for all of our events. Let's jump in. Okay. When you go to namnationals.com, you are going to get an alert that final schedules are available. If you click Find Yours, it will hopscotch you to the schedule page. You could also use the schedules link. You're going to select if you're a state queen or a city queen. You will see this update telling you that these are the final schedules and that they were posted today, Sunday, November 16th at about 1:30 in the afternoon. Eastern time zone. You will know that your page is properly refreshed if you see this message. If you don't see this message, make sure to refresh and reload the page so that you're viewing the most up-to-date version. Once you click into the schedule, it will open up for you. You will know it's final because it's going to say final. So again, if you do not see final schedule, you are viewing an outdated copy of the schedule and you may need to refresh your page to get the most updated version. When you click on this, it will open it in a new tab. However, you can also right-click, save as, and then you are able to go ahead and save on your desktop if you want to go ahead and print that. So Princess, I will just go through this as an example. The schedule is very detailed. It's got all kinds of information in it. One of the number one things I want everybody to pay attention to is when they have to pick up their opening number production dress from Ashley Renee's. There is designated times. You have to go and pick up your dress during these designated times. You do not go into the trunk show to pick it up. There is a specific room, and it's the Rock Springs room, where you will go to pick up the dresses. The reason that it is imperative that you pick it up during the time allotted is because if you pick it up later or you forget about it, we cannot really help you if there is a sizing issue. You will see on your schedule that we do have a swap event. It works out pretty much every year that if somebody got a size that didn't work for them, we figure it out. That's what the swap is for. But again, you have to have picked up your dress by the designated time in the designated windows provided in order to attend that swap. It also just avoids constant in and out into the trunk show, which is where Ashley Renee's will be selling some different outfits and different accessories and things. When that is open, that pickup time is closed. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you pick it up at the designated time. You will see on your schedule, you will have your days, your times, what the event is, the location, the outfit that you should be wearing, and then any other relevant information. Please make sure to pay attention to relevant information. So for example, the talent competition, the time is 9:15. The relevant information says, please report 15 minutes before. You do not want to show up to the talent competition at 9:15 because if you've never been at NAM, we run on time. So at 9:15, that first girl is hitting the stage. It is imperative that you are on time. All right. Talent, music, If you messed something up and did not submit correctly, you will have the opportunity to rectify that during check-in, so keep an eye out for that. You will notice when it gets to parties, depending on your division, the little girls are able to bring one adult to parties such as the neon party. But if I were looking at a junior teen schedule, so let me flip on over, I'll go to teen actually. You will notice that for the neon party, it says state queen only. So again, please be paying attention to what your schedule and your age division designates. The other thing I want to point out specifically for our state queens, so these are our state queens only. Our state queens have a production number shoot. It was initially combined with the rehearsal. It's still technically combined, but we broke it out a little bit more because we know we're going to shoot those pictures at the beginning of the rehearsal, and we want it to stagger the girls' arrival times so that it is not too congested. It is important that the girls arrive photo shoot ready for that shoot. These pictures that we are taking are the ones that will be on display on stage behind them on that giant LED screen as they walk out in their opening production number where the state queens are wearing the red, white, and pink. We have a designated time, so Alabama through Georgia will come at this time, Hawaii through Michigan, and you will see it's the same situation for the teen. It is a breakdown of when we want you to arrive. These times are specific. There is no need for you to arrive early to these times because we've broken these out a bit so that we're just not dealing with a long line. You will also notice that for that rehearsal, so for example, if you're Alabama and you took your picture at 5:30, you have time to do whatever until we get to the dance production number part of the rehearsal, which will start at 6:30 in the designated room, in which case it's this division is Windermere YX. So please, please, please just make sure that you take a look at this if you are a state queen so that you know what time you need to report for your photo. Parents will not be allowed in the photo room, okay? The older girls, you are old enough, you should be walking down that corridor, that celebration corridor, and coming into the room by yourself. There is no need for parents to be back in that space. For the little ones, we will have a designated area for the parents, but it is imperative that no parents, guardians, etc., are in or near that photo room while we are taking those production photos. Again, I don't have to go through every piece of this, but there's a lot of information on this schedule. I would highly encourage you to print it, highlight out the events that are relevant for you. The things that are bolded are these required components that everybody's going to be a part of. So that is a way to signal to yourself, like, no matter what, I have to do these events. But there will be plenty of other things that are optional and that you will need to walk through and highlight if it is something that you are attending. At the end of the schedule, there is some important information. Contestant dressing rooms, the rooms for the top model and music artist of the year. Those are two of our optional contests. So if you are registered or you sign up for them, actually top model you can no longer sign up for. Top model you can no longer sign up for. So the only people scheduling a top model shoot should be those that had added it to their order by November 12th. Music artist of the year, we still have spots for, so that is something that you will be able to register for on site if you would like to. But again, these are where these rooms are. And then there are some other things happening here about when we're posting announcement of the top 15 and top 5, Ashley Renee callbacks, lots of good stuff are here for you. So make sure that you take a look at it. Nothing on this schedule timing wise is going to change unless for some reason something got messed up, right? And if that's the case, we will alert everybody, but this timing, the room locations, all of this should not change. The only thing that I think we will go ahead and have added to the end of these documents is going to be The map of the Hyatt, I see that they are not on here. So if you want to hold off on your printing of it, maybe until end of day tomorrow, I will make sure that that map gets added because I think it's a helpful visual. We'll also put the map up at namnationals.com for reference. Let's talk about the check-in scheduler. So every single girl competing at NAM Nationals needs to schedule her check-in time. So you will have seen on the schedule that we have these big blocks of time that are set aside for check-in. In order for us to keep things moving in an orderly fashion, we ask for you to select and abide by your arrival time. So tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern time, the schedulers will be available on namnationals.com. The number one thing that you have to do is create your check-in schedule time. So I am just going to make something up. Oops. It's going to ask you to confirm your contestant's division. You're going to select your division, and you're going to select if you're a city queen or a state queen. And then it'll say select the grouping that includes your division. All of these will be populated tomorrow. This is not live yet, but just as a visual example, you will then have your times to select from. Don't worry about what they say here. Again, this is just an example. What is incredibly important is you have to select a grouping that includes your division. So if you are a princess or a junior preteen and you say that you want to check in during junior, teen, or miss, you are going to have a problem because you are going to miss your check-in. So it is very important that you select the grouping that includes your division. And then there is this little warning. Please double check the time you selected works for you based on your travel and arrival plans. It's really hard for us to deal with a lot of one-off emails saying, oh, I made a mistake. Can you fix this? We get that it happens, but the volume at which it happens is really just tough to manage while we are also on our way to Orlando. So please just take that extra minute to check and double check that the time that you are selecting works for you. Once you do, you're going to hit book my check-in time, and that check-in time will be booked. You will receive a confirmation email with that check-in time, as well as a reminder of where the check-in room is. And that's it. All you need to do is show up at that time. This is one of those things that we do not want you to show up early. Please don't show up early. Please show up right on time. The way that we have these times made available is our goal is to never have more than 20 people in line. But when people start to arrive early or they arrive late or just choose when they want to come and just show up, it really throws off the flow. So please, for your sake, go ahead and select the time that works for you and then show up at the time that you have selected. Now, I am not going to show you, but there is 2 other but sign up time forms. So if you are signed up for top model, you will need to book your specific top model time. It's going to be the same process as this. If you are auditioning for Music Artist of the Year, same situation, you are going to book your individual audition time. Obviously, early bird gets the worm. So if you are somebody who has a very tight schedule and you're doing a lot of optionals and you know you're going to be really busy, I would highly recommend tomorrow, as soon as things open, to get your audition Music Artist of the Year time and top model times booked. Because once times are gone, they are gone. So we do have a lot of little windows, but it's very important that you select one that does not overlap with other competitions or required events and rehearsals that you have going on. The other thing that I will say that is very important, if you did not sign up for top model by adding it to your order in the portal, do not book a top model time. Booking a time does not mean that you are entered. The only thing that means you're entered is if you have registered by November 12th in the portal. So if you are not registered in the portal and you book a time slot, that time slot is going to be deleted because we are absolutely maxed out on top model entries, and we can only honor those who have signed up in advance for that particular competition. Now, if you are somebody who missed the edit order deadline and you know you want to do Music Artist of the Year, we do know that we will have additional audition spots for that. So that is something where you can go ahead and book your audition time for Music Artist of the Year, and then make sure that you add it to your order when you get to check-in. The last thing I want to talk about regarding check-in are your forms. So if you go to Forms and Submissions, check-in forms, select your division, it will tell you everything that you need for your division based on what optionals you're competing in. Now, there are some things everyone is going to need. Everybody should have their MC card. Everyone should have their resume. I would print this and have it with you ready to go in a nice folder or binder or however you're keeping yourself organized. Do not plan to print this on site at the hotel. Now, if you need to, you absolutely can, but it will be expensive. So please go ahead and handle this in advance. Hopefully all of you have that done already. But again, this is something, if you click in, it's going to give you the MC card, or again, right click. I didn't want to do it. Okay, I can download over here. I can hit my download button. And these are, typable. So that way they are neat and legible for our MCs. That's really important. And then community involvement is the other thing that is required. That is a form that's in the pageant portal. It is along that left-hand side. It is required. It is 10% of your score. Please do not forget to complete that. We will flag for you if we do not have that at check-in. And then you've got all of these other optional contest forms. So if you're doing actress, you need an actress MC card. If you're doing talent, you need a talent MC card. If you're doing top model, you need to have your top model card. And this is really just for yourself, because you will be able to fill out your date and time based on what you signed up for, and you should be good to go there. Pre-pageant optionals you don't have to worry about, and then you'll see this section, no forms required. You did not need a form for photogenic. Remember, photogenic is over now, so hopefully you've entered your photos. If you haven't, you're not going to be able to compete in photogenic. Music Artist of the Year, you don't need a form. Dream Model doesn't need a form. America's Junior Miss doesn't need a form. So again, just take a moment, look that over, make sure you have everything you need, and come with things cut. And when I say cut, for example, Fresh Face, it's got directions at the top. It's got 2 entries. You're going to cut here, and you're going to come just with this card ready to go so that we can move quickly through check-in and help you to get onto your nationals adventure more quickly. That's it. That is a wrap, not just on this week's Crown Convos, but Crown Convos for the 2025 season. Can't wait to see you and your family in Orlando. Safe travels, and we'll see you real soon.